The movie opens with two bikers, a father and son, performing stunts. The son's name is Johnny. During a stunt, Johnny's bike loses balance and he falls. After the stunt, Johnny's father tells him he made a mistake but should be careful from now on. When he returns home, he finds a fallen paper. Reading it, Johnny discovers his father has cancer. He becomes distraught. He then starts repairing his bike. An old man approaches him and says, "Johnny, I really like your riding style, and it's possible you'll work for me one day." Johnny asks, "Okay, do you have a show too?" The old man replies, "Yes, the biggest show on earth." Then, the old man tells him, "Your father has cancer, doesn't he?" Johnny, surprised, asks, "How did you know? Who told you?" The old man dismisses the question. "Never mind that. I can completely cure your father, but in return, you have to do something for me." Johnny, thinking the old man wants money, asks, "Will you take money for this?" The old man replies, "No, in return, I want your soul." Johnny starts laughing, as he doesn't believe in such things. The old man hands him a paper, a contract. As Johnny tries to read it, a pin pricks his finger, causing blood to drip onto the paper. The old man snatches the paper and leaves, implying that Johnny has signed the contract. In the next scene, we see Johnny in bed, feeling like he might have woken up from a dream. Then, his father enters, completely healthy. Johnny is confused. His father tells him that the doctor said today he is completely fine. His cancer is cured. He then goes out to perform a stunt, but he sees Johnny preoccupied elsewhere. When asked, Johnny tells his father he likes a girl named Roxy, but his father wants to send her away, so Johnny is going to meet her. He also tells his father how long he will keep doing bike stunts and that he wants to try something new. Hearing this, his father gives him the keys to the bike Johnny has wanted to ride since childhood. His father then tells him to be happy and leaves. Roxy is Johnny's friend. Now, where Johnny is, there's a lot of noise because his father is performing stunts. Then, Johnny learns that his father had an accident during the stunt and died on the spot. Afterward, the man who forced him to sign the contract appears before him. Johnny is very sad about his father's death, and in this distress, he loses balance on his bike and falls badly. The old man stands before him again. Seeing him, Johnny angrily asks, "Why are you following me? You killed my father. How did you know my father had cancer?" The old man replies, "I cured his cancer, but I couldn't save him." He approaches Johnny, places his hand on his chest and says, "I will come again," and tells him to forget his relatives and friends because from now on, he will work for him. As all this happens, Johnny is shocked and falls, and his eyes turn fiery red. Then he goes to Roxy, where they were supposed to go together, but Johnny doesn't approach her and moves on. Years later, Johnny is shown as a very famous stuntman. Here, Johnny has to perform a very dangerous stunt with many cars below him. Johnny performs the stunt, but he has an accident. Both Johnny and his bike fall very hard. Everyone rushes to him and is scared to see his eyes closed. After a while, when he opens his eyes, he asks if his bike is okay. Everyone says yes. Everyone is surprised that he sustained no injuries. Everyone also hears the news that Johnny is a very strong stuntman and nothing can happen to him. Johnny's friends tell him it seems like some deity is saving his life. Johnny replies, "Now you're talking crazy too." Then we are shown another scene where a man arrives, and as soon as he does, everything becomes still. People knew him as Blackheart. He enters and starts beating everyone. But there were some people there who were not human, and everyone asks him what he came to do. The man says, "I came here to get the San Venganza contract, and it's hidden in a courtyard or graveyard, and you help me find it." He says that as soon as he gets the contract, they will rule the whole world. And one of them asks, "What about your father?" Then his father is also shown, and he was the old man who forced Johnny to sign the contract. He goes outside and tells his father to give him everything now. It's his time. His father says, "Yes, your time will come, but now it's my time." Blackheart tells his father, "You know you can't do anything to me." His father tells him, My rider won't leave you. Blackheart threatens his father. I will bury both Ghost Rider and you alive. Hearing this, the old man leaves. This man was a devil and Ghost Rider worked for him. Next, we are shown Johnny preparing for the biggest jump. Many journalists were standing there to interview him. But Johnny tells his friend, I won't give interviews to anyone here. Then, a girl's voice from behind says, won't you even interview your friend? This girl was Roxy. Johnny then approaches her and starts giving her an interview. When Johnny goes to perform the stunt, instead of cars, there are 6 helicopters. And today, Johnny has to jump over all these helicopters. Then he starts jumping. It is then shown that Johnny easily made such a big jump. Everyone is very surprised. Then he goes to meet Roxy. She was very angry with him because they were supposed to go somewhere together. But Johnny didn't even show up to meet her. But Johnny somehow convinces her and sets a meeting for 8 p.m. As Johnny was preparing to go to the meeting, he saw his hands turn red, and when he washed them, he saw steam coming out of his hands, and then he also heard his name from behind. But when he looked back, there was no one there, but he saw his bike start on its own, and then the old devil appeared there again. Seeing him, Johnny says, Stay away from me. What do you want from me? The old man says, That will never happen, that I stay away from you. I have been with you for so many years, but now it's time for me to get my work done through you. He tells him, You will find someone named Blackheart and kill him. Johnny tells him, I will never do this work. The old man tells him, That can't be. You must do this because you have signed the contract, and as soon as the work is done, I will return your soul to you. Johnny tries to start his bike, but it doesn't start. But as soon as the old man hits the ground with his stick, his bike starts and moves forward at a very high speed, and his bike moves so fast that the cars parked nearby start flying in the air, and the bike catches fire, and it moves so fast that it throws Johnny off. Then Johnny's body is shown, which is now burning in fire, and his whole body is covered in this fire. That is, his whole body had turned into fire, and now Johnny has become Ghost Rider. Through this, he goes to Blackheart and tells him, You are a rule breaker, and you did not do well by breaking the rules, so go back to hell. But Blackheart doesn't listen to him and tells his 3 men to attack him, and they crush him with a truck and think he might have died and leave from there. But Ghost Rider was still alive. The truck driver was still there. So Ghost Rider burns that truck driver to ashes on the way. Then he sees a woman whose purse a robber is snatching. Ghost Rider saves the woman and catches the man and says, Look into my eyes and feel the pain of all the people you have killed and robbed till today. Then the man starts feeling the pain of all the people and dies there. Actually, Ghost Rider had such a power that he could punish people for their crimes. After this, we see that wherever his bike goes, the road turns red due to fire. Then Johnny is seen returning to his human form, where he faints. There was a graveyard there. But when he regains consciousness, he is in a room. When he comes out of the room, he sees an old man who was the caretaker of the graveyard. He tells him, What happened yesterday will happen today too. Johnny asks him, Who are you? He says, Whoever I am. I know you are a Ghost Rider, and you won't last long without my help. Johnny says, No, I don't want anyone's help now. The old man says, You signed a contract, so you have to fulfill it. The old man tells him, During the day you will be Johnny, and at night you will be Ghost Rider. He asks if there was any Ghost Rider before. The old man says, Yes, 150 years ago. A person living in a village called San Venganza became a Ghost Rider. He says that San Venganza was a very good village, but a man came there and created distance among them, due to which the villagers started killing their own people, and all their souls are still in that village. Johnny asks him, What is Blackheart's connection to all this? The old man is very surprised and asks, Are you after him? Johnny says yes, there are some more people with him. Then the old man tells him that they are all souls who were abandoned on earth, and now they are waiting for the end of the world. The old man tells him that he is safe here because they cannot come to his house. Johnny thanks the old man and says, You are right that I am a demon hunter, but I cannot stay here. And he leaves from there. Johnny returns and sees that the whole city has been destroyed. All the roads are broken, and no one knows who did all this. Then he sees his friend Roxy, who was interviewing someone. But here she gets angry at him because this time too he didn't meet her, and she leaves from there. Then Johnny goes to his house and reads the book written on Ghost Rider. It says that he can extinguish his fire and gain control if he wants. Then Johnny tries the same. He extinguishes the fire with his own hands and learns to control it. Then Roxy comes to him and says, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk to you like that." They look at their pictures together. Then Johnny tells her, "Let me drop you off at your car." Johnny didn't want to do all this either, but he had to because it was getting dark, and it was time for him to become Ghost Rider. Then Roxy says, "What's your problem? What do you want?" Then Johnny says, "Even if I tell you the truth, you won't like to be with me." Roxy says, "Just tell me once." Johnny tells her everything truthfully, but Roxy doesn't believe it, and she leaves from there. The police, when Blackheart learns about this, he tells his men to stop him. On the other hand, the police are also chasing him. But here a scene is created where Blackheart's man calls Ghost Rider and starts running, and Ghost Rider also runs after him, and the police were also behind him. Here a building comes in front of Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider lifts his bike onto that building. Roxy also sees this, and she starts believing that perhaps Johnny was telling the truth. As soon as he reaches the top of the building, Ghost Rider catches one of Blackheart's companions. But nothing happens to him because he has the power of air inside him. But here Ghost Rider takes out his chain. He starts wrapping him with his chain, due to which he also burns to death. Then Johnny goes to the same person from the graveyard again. Johnny asks him, "How will all this end?" He tells him that all this will end as soon as Blackheart is killed. Then he takes him to a grave on which Snake is written and tells him that he was also a Ghost Rider, and 150 years ago, he signed the contract and he was sent to take souls. But when he saw that this work was very difficult, he ran away without giving this work to Blackheart. Blackheart wants to get this contract because through this, he will become very powerful. But during this time, you should not go to your own people at all. But he will use it against your own people. Then Johnny goes to Roxy, but he sees that Blackheart attacks her. Then Johnny also becomes Ghost Rider and catches him and says, "Look into my eyes. Feel the pain of all those you have harmed or killed." Blackheart tells him, "Your useless power will not work on me because I have no soul," and tells him, "From today onwards, you will not work for my father but for me. And if you want to save Roxy's life, then meet me with the San Venganza contract." Then Blackheart leaves with Roxy. On the other hand, Johnny goes to the same old man and says that he has to save his friend by any means, and that contract was with that old man. Seeing this, Johnny starts asking for that contract. The old man tells him, "No, it will destroy the whole world." Johnny tells him, "Please believe me, they have taken my soul, but they haven't bought me. I still have that love in me." Then the old man says, "Yes, I know you made this contract not out of greed but out of love, and for that reason, God is also supporting you, and I think you are the only one who can kill Blackheart." Then the old man tells him, "Okay, but San Venganza village is 500 miles from here, so we should leave now." Then Johnny gets confused here and says, "We mean?" Then the old man whistles and a horse comes out, and the old man sits on that horse and tells Johnny, "My last journey is still left." Saying this, he puts on his hat, after which he also turns into Ghost Rider, which means he was also a Ghost Rider. This Ghost Rider was the one who did not give the San Venganza contract to Blackheart. Then both of them go to San Venganza village. As soon as they reach there, the old man says, "Now I can't go any further because I could only become Ghost Rider once, and I had saved it for today." Saying this, he leaves from there. Johnny goes inside. The man of Blackheart, so Blackheart takes advantage of this and picks up Ghost Rider and throws him in a lighted place, due to which he becomes Johnny. Then Blackheart picks up the contract and starts reading it loudly and says, "All the souls present here, come inside me." Hearing this, all the souls start going inside him, due to which Blackheart's eyes turn very red, due to which he now has a lot of power. Roxy goes to Johnny and says, "Now your work is done. Let's go from here." But Johnny says, No, I started this contract, so I will finish it. Roxy asks him, why only you? Then Johnny tells her, because I am a ghost rider. Now Johnny hits Blackheart many times with a gun, but it makes no difference to him. He pushes him, due to which the gun also falls from his hand. Due to this, Johnny tries to go into the dark, but Blackheart grabs his throat. Then Roxy comes there and starts shooting him, due to which he gets distracted, and Johnny falls from his hand. Roxy hits Blackheart in the face with her gun, due to which his face tears into pieces. But he returns to normal with his power, and then Roxy's gun runs out of bullets. Then Johnny himself takes those guns and puts his hand in the dark and shoots, because his hand had now turned into fire, and Blackheart breaks into pieces, and all the souls inside him come out. But here Blackheart does not die but remains alive. He starts putting himself back together and returns to his real room with all the souls inside him. But now Ghost Rider knew how to kill Blackheart. He goes to him and says, all the souls inside you, feel the pain of all those you have killed in my eyes. Then he starts feeling the pain, and due to having so many souls, he cannot bear so many souls and dies there. Then Blackheart's father, that old devil, comes there and says, well, you have done my work. Now I can free you. You can start a new life if you want. But Johnny says, no. Now I will live like this and use the power only against you. Wherever a murder happens, you will be present there, and I will punish you for your actions. The old devil says, I will not leave you. Then Johnny says, okay, let's see what happens next. Then that old devil gets angry and hits the ground very hard with his stick and disappears from there. With this, the movie ends here. Friends, if you liked the video, please like and share it, and subscribe to the Film Insight TV channel for such videos. Thank you.